Hey everyone, I'm Garrison, and today I'm talking about how music affects us psychologically, both listening to it and creating it. I've always had music in my life, and I write and play a lot, so I wanted to understand why a lot of music hits so deep emotionally. So that's what we're looking at today. The overview, I'm gonna start with how music affects the brain, like what's actually happening neurologically when you hear a song you love. Then I'll break down how different genres tend to shape different emotional states. After that, I'll talk about how people use music intentionally to regulate mood, especially teens and like young adults. Then I'll move into creating music, why writing or playing music can be a powerful coping tool. And at the end, I'll ask you all a couple of questions so we can discuss. One of the coolest things about music is that it affects our emotions in multiple ways at the same time. Research shows that there are a few different mechanisms behind this. First, we have brainstem reflexes. That's basically when sudden changes in sound grab your attention, like a beat drop or like a loud chord, for instance. Then there's emotional contagion, which we sort of catch the emotion the music expresses. Like, if the singer sounds sad or the melody is emotional, like, you can definitely feel it. Another big one is memory. Music can be like a time machine. You hear a childhood song or something you heard from like early high school, and instantly you're emotionally like back in that moment. I've also heard music can actually help a lot of dementia patients kind of using like the same part of the brain that activates like memory and like connects it with music. I heard it can help a lot with like dementia patients kind of grasp at some memories that are still left. And then there's musical expectancy, which is basically your brain predicting what's about to happen in a song. Like, pop songs are so built on this. When the song does like exactly what you expect, like a chorus coming out of a verse or like a verse going into a chorus, like I'm sure everyone here like can think of a song that has like such like an unmistakable like transition. Like I can use let's see, like Sweet Caroline for this. Like every person knows like the beginning and like can expect the like chorus to come in. Like I think that's a good example. So even one song can be hitting like your brain in all of these like layers at once. Onto the reward system. So basically when we listen to music we actually enjoy, the brain's reward system lights up. There's studies showing that the ventral tegmental area, which are super connected to dopamine in the brain, they get activated when you hear music you love. That's why music can like give you chills, goosebumps, or like a feeling of like a rush. It's literally dopamine firing, and what's interesting is that this happens even if the song has no lyrics, like an instrumental. Like your brain doesn't need words to feel the emotion. The sound itself is enough. And personally, as someone who also creates music, that reward feeling gets even stronger when you're the one making the sound. It's like your brain is reacting to both the music and the act of creating it, which I think is amazing. Different genres tend to create different emotional tones, even though it definitely depends on the listener. Slower or softer genres like classical, lo-fi, or like ambient music usually reduce stress and help people calm down. A lot of people use them for studying or sleeping for that reason. On the opposite side, fast and loud genres like EDM or metal actually increase arousal, which can feel energizing or overwhelming depending on who you are. Some people think metal would make you like angry, but a lot of fans actually say the opposite, which is surprising. Like it usually helps them release anger in a healthy way. Then you have genres like hip hop and rap, which can boost confidence and give people a sense of empowerment. And indie or folk music usually creates feelings of like nostalgia and like reflection of one's life, which can be like super helpful. The point is, genres shape emotion, but your personality and experiences shape it just as much. Music and mood regulation. One thing researchers have found is that music is one of the most common emotional regulation tools people use, especially teenagers or like young adults. There's a Finnish psychologist named Suvi S who found 7 main reasons people use music emotionally. So why does creating music feel so good emotionally? For one, it puts you into something called a flow state, where you're totally focused and not stuck in your own thoughts. Time moves weirdly fast, and you're just in it. That alone reduces stress. It also gives you agency. Instead of just feeling an emotion, you're shaping it, literally turning it into an art. Creating music also gives you a safe outlet for intense feelings like anger, grief, or anxiety. And if you're making music with other people, that sense of connection adds an entirely other layer of emotional support. Of course, music doesn't work the same way for everyone. For some people, certain songs can actually make them feel worse. Like certain songs like tied to trauma can trigger like reactions. Like I have a few songs tied to like ex-lovers or something that I don't know, it's kind of hard to go back to. Okay, so there are cultural differences in how certain genres are understood as well, and personal history plays a huge role. And even though music is an amazing tool, it's not a replacement for actual mental health treatment. It's more like a really effective supplement to other kinds of care. Like you can just like add it to your already existing mental health treatment and just help more. Okay, so before I wrap things up, I want to throw out a couple of questions. Which genre of music changes your mood the most, and in what way? Have you ever used music or songwriting to cope with stress? And do you think creating music feels differently emotionally than just listening, and why? If anyone wants to share, I'd love to hear your perspective. There aren't any wrong answers. And these are the academic sources I used. Everything from neuroscience studies to research on mood regulation and music therapy. And yeah, that should be all. Thank you everyone for listening.